Hey guys, Howard Kingston here, entrepreneur, marketer, and co-founder of Growth Velocity Academy. What are the most in-demand must-have skills for this year and beyond? I want to future-proof you in this video. I'm going to talk about the three most must-have skills that are going to serve you now and serve you in the future. But also, guys, I'm talking about you making the most money in your career, right? Whether you're an entrepreneur and you're growing your own business, or you're a marketer and you're wanting to get an epic job getting paid the fat salaries. That's what this video is all about. I remember talking to a student of mine, Mary Jo. I was chatting to her about kind of 18 months, 2 years ago, and she'd recently graduated from a great university. She studied marketing, and then she went and did her master's, and she got her marketing master's, and then she went out into the workforce and she started trying to get jobs. And guess what? She wasn't able to land anything. Why? Because it's like almost like a dirty little secret in the education market that when you go to university, think about universities, right? Who's teaching it? Who's teaching the course in a university? It's an academic, never worked in the profession. And the way the academic system, like universities work, is everything has to go through a system, and it's usually a few years behind, all right? Because it has to go through this rigorous system. And don't get me wrong, there's a great place for universities, but it means when it comes to digital marketing, and that's what we're talking in this video about, it means it's just like years behind. So if you even get your master's in marketing today, you're not learning Facebook, you're not learning analytics, you're not learning any of the latest digital tools. So anyway, Mary Jo experienced that she went out into the market, and when she was trying to get a job, she couldn't get one because this is the stuff that everyone is looking for today. So I want to talk to you about what I think are the must-have ones for you today, so you can get results today in your career, in your business, but also will future-proof you because the world is changing really, really fast. I don't know if you notice, every single year there's new platforms, TikTok, Clubhouse, Facebook, like constantly these things are evolving, and that should be exciting for you. All right, so let's talk about those three in-demand skills for you. In-demand number one is that you must be a T-shaped player. Okay, so what is a T-shape? So think of the T, and the top of the T is you've got kind of like something which is broad-based skills, and then you've got like deep skills in one area. Okay, so that's why there's like a term called a T-shaped marketer. All right, now that means that a good marketer in today's world, you need to have like kind of broad skills across the top. So you need to know how to set up ads. You need to know how analytics works and be good on analytics. You need to be good on content, be able to push out content. You need to know some UX design, things like that, okay? So that's what the top of the T is, having some broad kind of high level skills, but still like knowing how to do this stuff. You should be able, if you're in the digital marketing world, you have to be able to set up ads properly, right? You need to be able to use analytical tools. Otherwise you're not in the game, guys. So that is the first thing. Get the high level of the T, and then the bottom of the T, see the way the kind of vertical line here of the T, that is going deep in one key area. All right, so you become a specialist as an ad buyer, you become a specialist as an SEO expert. Now, I recorded another video recently, another episode where I go deep on what those most in-demand, specific in-demand skills are. So do make sure you check out that episode. But for now, I just want to kind of keep it high level. And I want to tell you that number one, the must-have kind of skills are you must be a T-shaped player, have good high level, but also have some depth in one area of speciality, because that's where it's all about. Okay, so Tip number 2 is you must have data-driven DNA. That's something we call at Growth Velocity Academy, data-driven DNA. And that means you must be able to jump into different analytical tools and pull out data and numbers, okay? One of my favorite quotes in marketing was from this special guy who, John Wanamaker, back in the 1800s. He said that half of the money I spend on advertising is wasted. The trouble is, I don't know which half. So really what he's saying there is back then he wasn't able to tell what was working and what isn't. Now, that shouldn't happen in today's world. In today's world, you should know to the dollar exactly where your customers are coming from, what marketing channels, how much they're spending on your site, what percentage of them that come to your site then go on to make a purchase. I'll just repeat that one. You need to know to the exact number, the percentage of people that hit your website or your app that then go on and make a purchase. You have to know that number. You need to know your numbers. And it doesn't mean you have to be a great mathematician, but it does mean that you need to have data-driven DNA and be able to use the latest analytical tools, whether that be Google Analytics, or there's a host of different ones on the market right now. If you do not have data-driven DNA, if you cannot go in, jump into an analytical tool and pull out where their customers are from, how long they're spending on site, how to get return on ad spend from a paid ad campaign, you're not there. You need to get this video is trying to give you some guidance on some of the must-have tools, and this is one of the must-have tools, must-have skills. If you don't have this and you're up against someone who does have these kind of skills, you're going to struggle. Okay, so tip number 2 is you must have data-driven DNA. And then the must-have skill number 3 is you need to think about, are you a head or are you a hand? A head or a hand? Okay, now hands, let me tell you about what head and hands is. A head is the person that can plan out content or plan out a strategy and really know how all the dots connect and how to achieve a result in the minimum number of steps. The hands are the people pushing the buttons, implementing the strategy. Okay? Now, as a digital marketer, it is a specific, it is a tactical, it is a implementation-based kind of role, job, whether you're the entrepreneur in your own business or for someone else, right? It is very kind of tangible. Okay, you need to be able to use all the tools. So chances are you will start as a hand, someone who's setting up the Facebook ad or setting up the Instagram campaign or launching the website. You need to be a hand, but what you want to do is as soon as possible, you want to start thinking about how do you graduate to be what's called a head. All right, a head. Think of it like the head of a person. The head is where the thinking gets done. And the hands is the people that implement it, okay? So if you want to be able to get the top salaries in your industry and be able to get the top results as an entrepreneur, you need to be able to develop the head thinking, right? And again, what I believe that is being able to achieve a result with the fewest number of steps. And you need to know how all the parts work. Right? You don't need to be a world expert at all of them, but you need to know how they all connect together. Now, I will just say one big mistake I see on this is that some people are lazy and they feel entitled and they think, oh, I don't want to have to go along and learn all those skills. So I want to do strategy. And I'm a strategy guy. I'm a thinker. I'm a big ideas guy. Like, guys, people will see through that. The very few people I've seen that talk that way go on and turn into everything. The people that become successful are the people that kind of know how this stuff works. And it's a very different thing to know how it works, but choose to get someone else how to do it for speed reasons versus someone just not having a clue and being too lazy to learn it and just outsourcing it. Do you see the difference there? So tip number 3 is if you want to really get be the top of your game, be a market leader in your industry, you want to be a head, not a hand. Because what I see happening over the next few years, more and more of the hands-based work is the stuff that's going to get automated by tools. AI is going to come in and replace it, or it's going to be offshored to countries where people get, you can get tasks done for a fraction of the cost that you want to get paid for, right? So things like social media posting, things like creating images in Canva. This is all stuff now that can be boarded to a different country for a really, really low cost, or very soon replaced by AI tools. Okay, so guys, what I've just been talking about is what are 3 must-have digital marketing skills for today and beyond. Number 1 is being a T-shaped marketer. Number 2 is having data-driven DNA. And number 3 is being a head, not a hand. Okay, so guys, I'd love to know what was useful for you. If there's someone you know that would benefit from hearing this message, please share it with them. These episodes are all about just giving as much value to you guys as I can. Okay, peace out, and I'll see you on the next episode.